Hi there. This one comes under the LOL category, language of love. And what I'm doing is saying I'm talking to you, who I call SOL. It's an acronym for, okay, this is always a little tricky. I have to practice it. It's like, because your name is, it's 3 syllables, and, excuse me, it's just to remind me to move my card, but I already moved it, fortunately. So you, SOL, which should be pronounced, well, the words are, shout out loud. Shout out loud. Or SOL. SOL. Something that's, depends, there are different ways of using your name, your real name. How people would say it. It gives a definite accent on the second syllable. But I think the third syllable is also accented, just not as much, but it's more than the first. So let's see. So it's sort of, oh, been working on this. Oh, well, I figured it out. SOL. Yes, oh, SOL. Yeah, there we go. SOL. So now, LOL, which is used very carelessly, in my opinion, laugh out loud. Laughter is a very complicated thing. It can be used for so many things. And to say LOL when it can mean anything from being, oh, laughing at myself, what I just did, it's a stupid thing I did, to laughing at you in front of the world, knowing that you don't even understand my joke, do you? Ah, ha, 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 I gotcha. Now, S-O-L, S-O, let's see, how do we pronounce your name? S-O-L. I would never use LOL and talk to you that way. I'd say what I mean. I'd laugh if I'm laughing. Right? If it were in text, I'd say something, oh, that's funny. Thank you. That was a good joke. I mean, I'd be something. Or, isn't that stupid of me? If that's what I mean. And if I really mean, let's both you and I laugh at a joke that's really meant to put you down. Well, I would say that, but don't worry. I would never, I don't do that to people, except people in public office who deserve it. Like our, well, never mind. So, the thing that I need to do right now is be focused and say it. Come right out and say it. There's a boy inside me. It's the 11-year-old, about 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old boy that's still there. Who has had a hard time my whole life. That boy has never really been able to just be nice to a girl without worrying, without thinking about anything. That sex being one of those. When I first heard about sex at 10 or 11 years old, I said, what do you want to do now with a girl? I just want to be nice to her. I want her to be nice to me. That's all. That's all. And it's very hard to come by. So I'm saying to you, SOL, soul, S-O-L, soul. If you don't mind, I'll call you soul. Because I know you have a beautiful soul. And I'm not really trying to start anything big. I'm going to be gone by Sunday. I'm going to be going to Orlando and then heading out. I'm going to be in specific places that I'm just starting to plan out. But I'll be in LA probably by March. And then I'll be coming back in April. I'm not looking for like a long-term relationship, but by the same token, I like to think of the people that I meet and have any kind of positive interaction with as people who I want to have that kind of interaction with 10, 20 years from now. So actually, the place you work at, I've always liked both of the males there, who I've spoken to, and I think the one that with the glasses, is somebody I've had more talks with, and we had a great talk, and so I kind of think of him as, I see him as a friend who I hope to see again next year and the year after. You know, it's a professional relationship. Well, I'm not going to invite him to my home, though. If I had a party, I could see inviting him. And I guess that's the way I look at, well, you. And I think, I know you're a nice lady. You are. And I use the word lady a certain way. I mean, and I'm a gentleman. Not to people who are not respectful to me. I can be a real unpleasant person. But to somebody who is respectful and nice, you know, I like my role as a man and that kind of thing. You know, hold the door open. You know, just not for the little lady, you know, the little girl. You know, she can't do it herself. It's more part of the game. It's the role of, okay, isn't it nice to be able to be really nice to a woman? To be able to hold the door open. And it used to be that men could hold the doors open for women and it was not a problem. Now you can't do it because so much is read into it. So I ask you not to read anything more than what I say, which is to say, I think you're a nice person and I'd like to have a cup of coffee or a drink or anything else. Go for a walk. Maybe on your lunch break or something. Just spend a little time with you. And I mean, I won't deny the boy-girl part of it. I'd kind of like, if it made sense, I mean, I think I'd like to, it'd be nice if after we had our little date, I would like to be able to hug you, maybe kiss you and see. And if you really were interested in more, I could, I'm not closed-minded, but I'm not in any rush, and and in my mind, sex usually complicates things, and I prefer to know somebody well enough that we can get past the complicating stuff. But so the two things that actually, sex and marriage, you know, sex and long term, it makes it so heavy. I'm not asking you to become we're going to go out and buy furniture together, heaven forbid. I don't buy furniture these days if I can avoid it. I hate shopping. Which is not to say you should, but that shouldn't bother you because maybe you love shopping, but we're not talking about that. I'm not going to stop you from shopping because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being nice to you because I know you are a very nice woman. I know you're a nice woman and you're also very attractive. But the attractiveness is not just physical. It's there. It is. You are. You put work into becoming, you're intentional. Your intention is to be attractive and you're successful at it. Actually, anybody who truly intends to be attractive, you know, might make some mistakes, you know, and do things like put too much makeup on and then really go, oh my gosh, she would be much better off without any makeup. She's actually nice looking, and then she ruined her appearance because she put too much makeup on. You're not that, by the way. I mean, I'm saying you're just what you've done, the way you present yourself is very attractive. Which does say something about who you are. It doesn't say it enough, really, because people who present themselves in attractive ways could also be really hiding and putting a false front. I don't think no, I know you're not. No. You see, I can tell. I could see through that. I couldn't always. Now I can see through it much more easily. So anyway, you've got my phone number. Don't worry, I would never. This is between you and me. Nobody in the world could possibly figure out who you are. Other than that, you're an attractive woman that I would like to have lunch or a drink or go for a walk or anything with. And that's really all I want to say. And for that, please, but I will be leaving on Sunday really early in the morning, I think. Like 4 in the morning, I think I'm going to be leaving town. And, but again, I'll be back in April, but, well, I'd like to, if you'd like to get together with me, I mean, clearly, I don't know. If you've got a significant other, and for which it would be wrong for you, because I am talking about a certain kind of thing, but I'm not talking about anything heavy at all, and I respect, if doing, if touching you in any way, we're not good for your, because you've got another relationship. That's, I respect that. So whatever, I'm very flexible. All I want is to enjoy talking to somebody who I've already enjoyed talking to, and allow the boy-girl thing that I know, for I felt, and I kind of think you did too. And so why not let it happen, assuming it's okay? Again, respect any commitments you have, obviously. But again, since I really am not talking about becoming a boyfriend or something. It could happen. I'm not against that. I'm not against long-term relationships. I just think it's a really stupid way to start. It's like, oh, I'm only looking for a long-term relationship. Well, how can I get to know somebody to know if it makes sense if you're not willing to have a short-term relationship? I did some Craigslist stuff, and oh my gosh, you go and look at what women are seeking from men. Oh, all I want is a person who is this tall, who has this much hair in the top of his head, who likes exactly what I like to do, and is planning to move to Australia in the next few years because I want to do that. That's an actual quote. I mean, I changed the words a little bit, but this woman who I met in this very interesting place, which I'm going to talk about a lot. It's called I call it Topakaranyan, and it's right on the border between L.A. and Malibu. It's a very interesting place, but this is a typical thing. I meet this woman, we have a good talk together, and I say, hey, I wonder if we could just get together for maybe a cup of coffee or something. And she says, well, the guy for me is tall, blonde, and is going to move to Australia and take me with him. Well, I'm sorry. I know, Soul, you're not like that. I know you're not. So, anyway, please, I would ask you to call me, even if you don't want to do anything, just to say no. I would appreciate that. But you don't have to, and I certainly wouldn't hold it against you. You don't have to call me, but I'm asking you to, just to say, okay, you saw this, and, no, that's fine. You've got a right. You've got a right to say it, to be who you are, and now it's time for me to shut up.